Erev Tov, good evening, Shabbat Shalom.
Oh.
Let's turn in our Sidurim and our prayer books to page 10 as we join in singing Hine Ma Tov together. Top of page 10.
Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Yararai, yararai, hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Yararai, yararai, hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad.
And we'll continue on page 344. 344 in our prayer book, Shir L'Adonai, Shir Chadash, sing to God a new song.
Shiru L'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru L'Adonai shir chadash. Shiru L'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru L'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru L'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru L'Adonai shir chadash.
Let's turn back to pages 2 and 3 in our prayer books and rise for the blessing of our Sabbath lights. We'll be led in that blessing this evening by Rachel Werkheiser, our board member and mother of our bar mitzvah for this weekend. Pages 2 and 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahalik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We can be seated, and let's continue on page 20 welcoming Shabbat like a bride, like a queen, with the singing of Lecha Dodi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, remembering to rise and greet the Sabbath bride on the last verse. Page 20.
Yalla la 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 lecha dodi, yalla la 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 likrat kala, yalla la 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 b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat nikabel, yalla la 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 lecha dodi, yalla la 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 likrat kala, yalla la 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 b'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat nikabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, L'Hashem ultiferet velitila. Ay lay lay, ya la 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 lecha dodi, ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat nikabela, likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelecha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava techila. Ay lay lay, ya la 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 lecha dodi, ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat nikabela, hitoreri, hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi ori. Shir daveri, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Ay lay lay, ya la 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 lecha dodi, ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha uv'tzola. Tochem uneh am segula, boi chala, boi kala. Ay lay lay, ya la 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 lecha dodi, ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat nikabela, ya la 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 lecha dodi, יללללי לקראת כלה, יללללי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה.
Let's read together on page 27. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Chatzi Kaddish is on the facing page.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתעלה שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן בעלמא ואמרו, אמן. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, Umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Imloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Let's read responsively. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love
Than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form.
Baruch
atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
Page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
Together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זילי, ענו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם olam vaed Adonai imloch leolam vaed. ונאמר כי פרענו את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני כישראל.
Let's read together on page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'akol amo Yisrael. Let's do that again. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
As we turn to page 46, spiritually or physically, we rise for the Amidah. Page 46.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi akitahilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומשיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Top of 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Bottom 59. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that we are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Adon Belechadon Lechol HaShalom. Ki Adon Belechadon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam.
We turn in our prayer books to page 253. Page 253. We take time in our service to think of those who are in need of healing, the healing of body and the healing of spirit. We think of those in our own families and our own inner circles who are suffering now, who are in pain in this moment. We are thinking of the community in Pittsburgh, in Thousand Oaks, devastated by gunfire and forest fire. We think of those in our own city who suffer this evening. And I would ask if you have the name of someone you are thinking of and wish to share that person's name out loud, that you choose to do so as my eyes meet yours.
Justice Ginsburg.
For all those we mention out loud, for all those we mention in our hearts, together, we pray for healing.
Mi shebeirach avoteinu mekor habracha ve'imoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach imoteinu mekor habracha v'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. ועל כל ישראל amen.
Let's rise now together for Kiddush. And let's welcome the kids up onto the bima, if they should choose to join us, up on the bima for Kiddush, to receive a Kiddush cup from Brooke Carroll, our board member. We will be led in the English of the blessing by our bar mitzvah, Luke Werkheiser. The Hebrew, if you want to follow along, is on page 5.
Let us praise God with a symbol of joy. Give thanks for the blessings of the past week, for life and strength, for home and love and friendship, for the discipline of our trials and temptations, for the happiness that has come to us out of our labors. You have ennobled us, O God, by the blessing of work, and love has sanctified us by Shabbat rest and worship, as it is in the Torah. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath, to be hallowed unto the Eternal your God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'b'ratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techilah למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני
Baruch Shemo.
מקדש השבת.
Amen. L'chaim. Let's stretch our hands out over our children and say over them, may God bless you
May God bless you
and protect you.
and protect you.
May God's light
May God's light
shine in you
shine in you
and inspire you.
and inspire you.
May God's presence
May God's presence
always be with you
always be with you
and bless you
and bless you
with shalom,
with shalom,
with peace.
with peace.
Amen.
Amen.
Maddie, you got to finish it up here. All right. Let's remain standing for our Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our service for the reading of Torah.
Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim.
We can be seated. And we can set aside our Sidurim and take up our Chumashim, our study text of Torah. We are going to be on page 176 in the Plout Commentary. Page 176. Scalpel. Yeah, it's fine. Just making sure I get it to the right place. There we go. Sometime after Jacob and Esau are born, and after some hijinks in the land of the king of Gerar, Isaac, we don't get to read a lot about Isaac. Isaac kind of gets short shrift. But we get this story about Isaac digging the wells, redigging the wells of his father Abraham. Going back and reestablishing, remembering, this idea of memory, and trying to reestablish these wells of living water. But each time he goes to dig a well, the shepherds who work for the king Gerar come and chase his servants away. And so each well gets named something negative. They get named animosity. They get named quarrel. They get named all these awful things until finally Isaac digs a well and nobody bothers him. And it gets named the name of a city that we are most familiar with, at least those of us who enjoy summers down the beach, Rehovot. Wide spaces. And on this Veterans Day weekend, we are mindful of the fact that so often we go to dig wells to create places of living waters. And too often in our history, we have instead been faced with quarrel and animosity. And we have had to face that animosity, had to face that hostility head on. And we've asked other people to do that for us. And sometimes it takes a lot of that kind of fighting before we can have wide spaces, before we can have peace. So for our Aliyah this evening, if you are yourself a veteran in our armed forces, I would invite you to come forward to receive the Aliyah, to say blessings before and after the reading of Torah. Everybody's waiting to see who else is going to come. Ya'amdu kol chayalei artzot habrit. We call forward all those who served as soldiers for this land of promise. Sha'alu lichvot Torah, as they come up to give honor to the Torah. Whenever you guys are ready. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Amen. Vayashov Yitzchak v'yichpor et be'erot hamayim asher chafru b'yamei Avraham Aviv. So Isaac returned to digging the wells, redigging the wells that his father Abraham had dug. V'yishtamum Filishtim acharei mot Avraham, the wells that the Philistines had stopped up after Abraham died. Vikra lahen shmot shemat asher kara lahen aviv. And he renamed them what their names had been according to his father. V'yichperu avdei Yitzchak ben Nachal v'yimtzeu sham be'er mayim chayim. And when the servants of Isaac dug in the wadi, they found there a well of living waters. V'yirvu ro'eh Gerar im ro'eh Yitzchak lemor lanu hamayim. And the shepherds of Gerar came and quarreled with the shepherds of Isaac, and they said, it's our water. Vikra Shem habe'er Esek. So Isaac named it Esek. He named it quarrel. Ki hit as ku imo, because they quarreled with him. V'yichparu be'er acheret. So they dug another well. V'yirvu gam aleha, and they quarreled with him some more. Vikra shema sitna. And so he named that well animosity or adversity. V'yatek misham. V'yichpor be'er acheret ve'lo revu aleha. They dug another well, and this time nobody bothered them. Vikra shema rechovot. And so Isaac named it wide spaces. Vayomer ki ata harachiv Adonai lanu. And because now, Isaac said, for now, God has given us the space that we need. Ufarenu be'eretz. And so they, Ve'ya'al misham Be'ershava, and they went up from there to Beersheba. Amen. Yasher Koach. And we thank you for all that you have done for your country and for all of us. We rise for Hagabah and Glialah, and then we'll remain standing as we return the Torah to the ark.
Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael, Amchi Adonai v'yam Moshe.
I've had a refrain going through my head these past few weeks. Dayenu, it would have been enough. But not the joyous Dayenu we sing at Passover, a more somber one. Enough is enough. Had this one thing happened, Dayenu, it would have been enough for us. Had there been a shooting in Pittsburgh, but not on Shabbat during services, Dayenu. Had survivors of the Las Vegas shooting just over a year ago not also been at the bar in Thousand Oaks, Dayenu. Had there been a shooting in Thousand Oaks and not wildfires ravaging that same area, Dayenu. Had swastikas been drawn in synagogues and public spaces throughout the country, but other synagogues not faced arson attacks? Dayenu. Had our JCC had bomb threats nearly 2 years ago and not been evacuated again this week? Dayenu. Had Kristallnacht shattered windows and lives 80 years ago today, and anti-Semitism and other hateful prejudice not continued to exist in the decades since? Dayenu. Dayenu. It's enough. It's too much. Between all these things, amidst other moments of challenge that so many of us have, traumas and wounds barely healed that reopen with each headline, when even our moments of joy can feel muted for some of us, Dayenu. When we feel bad for feeling good for some of us, Dayenu. As Rebecca cried out with twins fighting in her womb, Im kain lama ze anochi. If this is so, she asks, why am I? If this is so, why are any of us? Why are we? Dayenu, it's enough. And yet, we turn towards the news, morning after morning, day after day, to see what else has happened. For many, with a dread and a knowledge that there will probably be something, some other horror that has faced the world since we last saw the news. A sense of relief at those times when it's been quiet, but a feeling that those times are fewer and farther between than they used to be. A sense of numbness and lack of surprise when we read of something new that happened, that feels as unnatural as the tears that might burn on our cheeks. And we find moments of hope. We find sources of support. We find opportunities for resilience. And yet, Dayenu. We know we cannot be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. As Rabbi Rami Shapiro reminds us, we must do justly now, walk humbly now, have mercy now. We are not obligated to complete the task, nor are we free to abandon it. And yet, we know what happens for those fighting twins that Rebecca eventually births. Jacob and Esau go on to lives of fighting. Surely we cannot accept that we are to live lives that are full of almost daily reports of trauma. We cannot accept that while there may be factions around us who cannot agree and whose messages only grow louder, that they will continue to fight within our midst. At some point, it must truly become enough. For when it is truly enough for us, then we must do something. We must realize that we need to begin to repair ourselves and the world so that the future is better than the present might seem. So what do we do with this sense of Dayenu? I believe that the answer is in those very twins warring in Rebecca's womb, because even those brothers eventually come together a few chapters after this week. Jacob and Esau crying over each other in a deep embrace and seeing in each other the face of God. In those brothers, we can see hope, a glimmer of the idea that eventually the hatred and violence, the trickery and manipulation is indeed enough. And it is perhaps in our young people that I sometimes continue to see hope. This week's Torah portion, after all, is called Toldot, generations. It is through the generations that we can continue to make mistakes, and through the generations that we can find hope towards repair. Rebecca and Isaac, it seems, do not learn to change for the better the behaviors of the generations before them. Isaac instead digs anew the wells that his father had dug before him, instead of finding new wells of his own. He urges his wife to pretend she is something other than who she is in order to protect himself, just as his father had done. Isaac and Rebekah both love one child more than the other, increasing the strife that existed for those children. Perhaps the story could have moved forward differently if they had changed, and found a way to give their children the tools they could have used to make their world different. Each generation has the potential to repair the damage of past generations, if only they're given the tools and the ability to do so. Perhaps the next chapter in our own story can be different. To those young people growing up in a world where shelter-in-place drills are commonplace because too many shootings have happened in schools. Those young people who are evacuated from their schools because of suspicious packages. Those young people who have learned that they need to be careful wherever they are because they read the same news that we read. Those young people who have only begun to speak out against what they see as wrong. Perhaps it is through them that it will truly become Dayenu, enough. If we listen to them and help them to grow and help them to learn lessons that will help them to build the world that we all must believe is possible. And listen to them and let them speak their truth and their power. We have not yet learned, and yet we can. We can learn and we can teach what we have learned. Together we can create that better world where our broken and breaking hearts are mended, where our fractured world is healed. And then we can really create plowshares out of swords, musical instruments out of those, and music out of those instruments. A world where we don't come together with our neighbors at rallies and vigils, but out of celebration and love. I believe that such a world is possible because, as I heard this week, whole worlds pivot on acts of imagination. It is imagining that world and how to build it, and that we can, that keeps me going. May this be the week where we, as a world, can truly say, Dayenu, it's enough. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will.
We turn back to our Sidurim, to our prayer books, to page 282. Page 282 at the bottom of the page, as we rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ויוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Page 294. Yizkor, we remember. If you are remembering someone whom you lost in the last 30 days, I would invite you to rise at this time. And if you are remembering someone whom you lost in the last year, I would invite you to rise. If you are remembering someone whose yahrzeit is commemorated on this Shabbat, I invite you to rise at this time. And mindful of the loss of life this past few days in California, I invite all those who are able to rise as we join together in Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah B'alma divrach hirute v'amlich malchute B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho Beit Yisrael Ba'gala v'isman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehe Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal Shemei d'Kudisha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'imru Amen. Yehe Shalom Rabba min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav Huyaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We remember Pearl Balkansky, Albert Bunin, Betty Chambers, Pauline Chambers, Florence Mitzi Dector, Sylvia Duncan, Rebecca Ephraim, Ida Felix, Hildred Harris Finkel, Rose Goldman, Mary Goldstein, Joseph Harris, Harold Jacobson, Magda Jonas, Cynthia Rice Mock, Jay Paul, Morris Perry, Ethel Radner, Jerome Rosenberg, Ann Rubenstein, Ethel Schur, Morris Shapiro, Jerry Spryer, James Strauss, Jacob Topkis. We also remember Brent Taylor, who died serving his country this week, as well as those who perished in California. And I would ask if you have a name to add, feel free to do so as my eyes scan around the room. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing as we say amen. Please be seated. Mazal Tov Luke to you and to your family. Looking forward to celebrating on the Bima with you tomorrow. I think you're excited too. It's good. Torah study tomorrow at 9:30, services at 11 o'clock. Hope you will join us for both of those open to the community. You should have your Sabbath lights in your hand, that blue brochure that also had some flyers tucked into it. I want to call attention to two specific programs that are coming up, both anticipating Thanksgiving, both of them Tikkun Olam opportunities. The first one is we have our interfaith meal packing event. This year, the Islamic Society is going to be hosting that. That should be that sort of orange, sort of very autumnal colored flyer that you have. If you have the opportunity to donate to that, we would love it. If you have the opportunity to come and participate in this meal packing activity for individuals who are mustering out of foster care and are just getting out on their own and are in need of help and support, it would be wonderful to have your help for that. So that's this coming Sunday. Not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday is going to be our interfaith, Ninth Ward Interfaith Thanksgiving service. It's going to be at Shiloh Baptist Church around the corner. And I'd love the company because they asked me to speak. So for those who like that, it would be great. And for those who don't like that, well, there'll be cookies. So it would be wonderful to have you keep me company for that. It would be a joy. And finally, we, as many of you know, opened our food pantry this past Tuesday was our opening day. You may have seen it on the news. But it's not a one-and-done program, not by any stretch of the imagination. So if you've been thinking about volunteering for the food pantry, there's still plenty of opportunity to sign up for it. You can talk to one of us about that, or if you just want to come on Tuesday to help out, or if you want to bring in donations. We're still taking donations. No more pasta for now. We're good on pasta, but if you look on the website, there's a whole list of things that we're still collecting. So I hope to have you help participate in that as we make a difference in our neighborhood. We're going to conclude by joining together in words we've been singing a lot lately, words that we know from the high holidays. Olam chesed yibaneh. We will build this world with chesed, with love. You will not find it in your prayer books, but we know these words. Let's rise as we join together with our cantor.
Olam chesed yibaneh, yaradai, yaradai, yaradai. 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 I will build this world from love. Yaradai, yaradai, yaradai. And you must build this world from love. Yaradai, yaradai, yaradai. And if we build this world from love, yaradai, 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 then God must build this world from love. Yaradai, yaradai, yaradai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yaradai, yaradai, yaradai.
Let's join together in Hamotzi and then join each other for honor.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is joyfully said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. V'te'avo Shabbat Shalom.